Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tech Teardowns. Now, I know that my last video about the CrowdStrike incident was pretty heavy stuff, so today I thought we'd tackle something a bit closer to home, and that's the stack of DVDs and Blu-rays that might be gathering dust on your shelf right now. I've been seeing more and more people talking about throwing away their physical media collections. Let's be honest, when was the last time you actually used that DVD or Blu-ray player? With everything available on streaming, it's tempting to think that those discs are now just taking up space. But here's the thing, getting rid of your physical media is actually a big mistake, and I'm going to tell you why. Look, I get it. Streaming is convenient. You tap a button and boom, instant entertainment. But here's what the streaming services don't want you to think about too much. That convenience comes with some serious strings attached. A few years ago, Warner Brothers did something that should have been a wake-up call for everyone. They started removing their own shows from Max. Shows like Westworld, which was a prestige HBO series that people naturally assumed would stick around forever. Until that point, no major streaming service had ever removed their own original content. Warner Brothers broke that unspoken agreement, and suddenly, unless you had the DVD box sets handy, Westworld was gone. And they weren't alone. Disney have pulled several of their own shows from Disney Plus in the past, including a brand new series based on Willow. These aren't licensing disputes or contract issues. These are companies literally removing content that they own from their own platforms. Although in the case of something like Doctor Who, the BBC have had to remove a number of episodes from their iPlayer due to a number of reasons, including licensing issues or arguments over rights. These include the first 4 episodes ever of the series, An Unearthly Child, along with 2 classic stories, Terror of the Zygons and The Seeds of Doom. Again, not an issue if you own these on physical media. Christopher Nolan put it perfectly when he said, if you buy a 4K UHD DVD or Blu-ray, it's on your shelf, it's yours. No company is going to come into your house and take it from you. That's never really the case with digital distribution. You're relying on the continued health of the supplier. And here's something else that streaming can't solve. What happens when your internet goes out? Now, before you say, that never happens, well, let me tell you about a family in Florida during a 2018 power outage. Whilst their neighbours were stuck with dead phones and no entertainment, one family had something extremely valuable, a collection of DVDs and Blu-rays. Word got around the neighbourhood and suddenly their physical media became a kind of currency. Neighbours were offering bottled water and jars of peanut butter just to borrow movies. Apparently the 1989 Tom Hanks comedy The Burbs was surprisingly popular, along with anything that could keep restless kids entertained. The internet goes down for all kinds of reasons. Natural disasters, infrastructure problems, or just your ISP having a bad day. When that happens, physical media keeps working. And not only does physical media keep working, but it might also actually save you some money. Now, let's talk numbers for a second. I know people who basically have The Office running in the background 24/7. People like that are the reason that Peacock exists. But here's some maths for you. I found the complete series on DVD for £35 on Amazon. That's nearly $50, which is what 4 months of ad-free Peacock would cost you. 4 months. After that, you're paying more than you would have spent just buying the discs outright. And that's assuming you can find a used copy for even less. Buy the discs once, and you can binge watch as many times as you want without any ongoing subscription fees. Then we have the freedom to share. Remember when you could lend someone a book, or a CD, or a movie? Physical media brings that back. You can lend your discs to friends, family, whoever you want, while streaming services are busy cracking down on account sharing. Your local library probably has DVDs and Blu-rays you can borrow for free. Some communities even have little libraries where neighbours and co-workers can share discs and books with each other. If you can physically hold something, there are no restrictions on lending it out or giving it away. That's real freedom that streaming services simply won't give you. And of course, there's all the stuff that you can't stream. Something that streaming services have mostly abandoned have been special features. Remember those? Behind the scenes footage, deleted scenes, director's commentaries, cast interviews, all the extra content that actually made you feel connected to the movies that you know and love. When you buy a Blu-ray, you're not just getting the movie, you're getting the whole experience. The making of documentaries, the alternative endings, the Easter eggs hidden in the menus.
I am completely in the wrong movie. I am so sorry.
Streaming services have decided that it's not worth the storage space or bandwidth, so they just don't include it. Now look, I'm not saying that streaming is evil or that you should go and cancel all your subscriptions immediately. I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying that betting everything on streaming is risky. Content can continue to disappear. The internet can go out. Prices can keep climbing, and you're left with nothing to show for all those monthly payments. Physical media is insurance. It's the backup plan that actually works. It's ownership in a world that's becoming increasingly focused on renting everything back to you forever. And honestly, there is something deeply satisfying about having a collection that you can actually touch and show off and organise. Something that's yours, that no company can take away with an algorithm change or a licensing dispute. Okay, I know that I can watch all of the James Bond films on Prime Video, but there's something very satisfying about having all the Bond films together on your shelf like this, especially when putting them all together creates this 007 logo. Very nice. Although I do wish that when it came to the Daniel Craig films, that MGM would make up their bloody minds over where to put Daniel Craig's head on the DVD spine. Come on, is it at the top or is it at the bottom? Make up your bloody mind, for God's sake. I'm also a sucker for a really nice DVD box set that opens up, like this ultimate collection for the first two Mummy films. This makes it feel like it's something really special. 4 discs, 2 films, and it just looks good. The first two Mummy films, but wasn't there a third one, I hear you say? Well yes, but Tomb of the Dragon Emperor can get in the bin as far as I'm concerned. I'm sticking with the 2 original films, and this box set is one of the reasons why. In terms of having an impressive and extensive collection of DVDs and Blu-rays to show off, well, as this video's been going off, you've seen some of my collections, you've seen some of my friends' collections, the names of whom I'll be putting in the end credits of this video, but there is one person who's got possibly the biggest collection of DVDs I've ever seen, and that's my friend Mick. He often shows off his treasure trove of movie goodness on his Instagram page, and for this video he has kindly agreed to talk about his ever-expanding cinematic vault. So, without further ado, take it away, Mick.
Yeah, I've been collecting physical media since probably mid-80s, when I got the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS one Christmas. Folks bought me a VHS player Christmas one year, along with my first ever small portable TV. You could say that was my gateway into my massive collection. Yeah, you just want to keep collecting. Just something about having that physical media in your hand, watching it, popping it on, because you don't always have access to internet. If internet goes down, your favourite shows get taken off streaming services, or if you've got multiple streaming services and then the prices sometimes get astronomical. It is a bit like a drug in a way, because like you go from VHS, and in my case then DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, and then in other cases it can also be a gateway into other collecting, like memorabilia for films. I tend to be a bit more frugal with what I get these days rather than just buying everything. So if it's something I think I'm not gonna watch over and over again, or maybe only watch once or twice, I'll get it on digital, and then if it's something I really like, get it on physical media. But yeah, it's a good collection. It's an expensive collection, but I've always got it. It can never go away. It can never get taken off unless I sell it. Unlike other sites when they just get taking stuff off, and yeah, and then you've not got access to it again.
On reflection, I'm quite grateful that my kids grew up before streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus really took off. When the kids were younger, we had a DVD player, and we even had an old VCR hooked up as well. It meant that my kids' whole childhood viewing habits weren't decided by autoplay and algorithms. Again, don't get me wrong, streaming is still great for convenience, but this gave them independence. They decided what they wanted to watch. There was no endless scrolling. There was no suggested videos. There was no screen telling them what they should watch next. Instead, they got to walk up to the shelf in either the living room or even in their bedroom, pick out a disc, or in some cases pick out a tape and make that choice themselves. It was intentional, it was theirs, it made movie nights feel special, and for me, it was a chance to pass on the same childhood memories that I had, one VHS tape at a time. So, in conclusion, before you go ahead and box up those Blu-rays or donate those DVDs, think about it. Because at the end of the day, you can't always count on streaming to have everything that you want to watch. And that's a big reason why you'll never get me to part with my special edition box set of Lord of the Rings. My precious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next Tech Teardown. Bye for now.